Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's me again, Chelsea, and today I am bringing you my September wrap up. Now I only read 4 books, but that's okay. I read pretty much all 3 stars, which is less okay, but let's just get straight into it. So the first book I managed to complete in September was Winter's Orbit. I listened to this audibly. I gave this 3 stars. I did really enjoy the concept. I enjoyed the murder mystery kind of part of this. However, I am not a big romance reader, so the whole following this romance really just did not sit well with me. I didn't enjoy it as much as I could. There was a lot of miscommunication in this book, and I don't enjoy that at all. So that really put me off as well, but I love the sci-fi element. I loved learning about the world. I'm pretty sure I said in a vlog that I kind of wish this was more of a series kind of thing, purely for the fact that I want to learn more about this world. You don't necessarily have to follow these 2 characters, but I just want to explore the world. I thought it was really interesting and how they like differentiated their genders between different colonies and different parts of like the space system. I thought that was really clever. But the main thing about this book is that we are following 2 men. We are following Jaimon and Kian, and these 2 are pushed together when Prince Tom, who is Jaimon's original husband, is killed, and these 2 come together, and Jaimon just does not think that Tom's death was an accident. He thinks there's something more to it, and then he starts to dig further into the death and the accident and discovers that maybe it wasn't as accidental as everyone is trying to make it seem. So that part of the book, like I said, I really enjoyed. I just didn't really gel with the whole following the romance kind of thing. If you like romance and you want to get into sci-fi, I definitely recommend this. This is like a softer play on a sci-fi, but with very strong romance themes, so maybe that might be easier for you to actually get into sci-fi and give it a good try. The next book that I completed was a graphic novel, and that was Saga Volume 2. Again, gave this 3 stars. To be fair, I gave Saga Volume 3 because it's a good graphic novel, but I don't know, something's just not gelling with me. I don't know if it's because I'm not sitting down and dedicating time to it. I don't know if I'm sitting down and actually reading a couple of volumes in one go. I'm not too sure, but a lot more does happen in the second volume, which was my biggest complaint about the first, was that there was a lot of world building, which makes sense because they're only like under 200 pages per novel, I guess, so not a lot can happen. And I enjoyed getting to know more of the characters. We kind of learn a bit more about the backstory of how these 2 main characters come to meet and how they fall in love. That's really cool. So yeah, it's an okay novel. It's good. I do still want to like carry on with the series. I just don't know when, because I now no longer have Kindle Unlimited currently. So maybe I'll see if I can get the volumes at my local library, but I don't know if I'm willing to invest in them just yet. But definitely a series that I would like to carry on and make sure I do pick up a little bit more. Then my only 4-star for this month was Firekeepers Daughter, and oh my goodness, this is great. So we're following our main character Donis, and right at the start of the book, we watch a very horrific murder, and because of this, she is then kind of plunged into an FBI investigation into drug dealing within her community, and she goes through a lot, this girl, in this book, and I really feel for her, and there's a lot of trigger warnings in this book, so please bear that in mind. I was kind of sideswiped with some of the trigger warnings. I did not know what was going to be in this book. I mean, I think that's more on me. I didn't look into it, but I didn't think I needed to. But again, on me, I didn't look into it. But please be aware that there is drug use, there is addiction, there is death, there is sexual assault, and the sexual assault was the biggest one for me personally. I did not know that was going to happen, so I would hate for anyone else to go into that situation and not know it's there, so please be aware for this book. There is a really sweet romance in this though, between our main character Donis and someone else, and I really enjoyed that. I think that a lot of these problems that she was going through, teenagers go through anyways. Obviously this is also also a heightened level to what they go through, because I don't think every teenager necessarily will go through everything in this book, but I think a lot of these themes will resonate with someone, and I really enjoyed that. I thought this was really well written. I recommend the audiobook as well if you're like me and you struggle sometimes with pronunciation. There are a lot of words in this book that I don't think I would have been able to actually get the full meaning behind if I hadn't listened to the audiobook. So the audiobook is fantastic. I really recommend it, and I recommend this book. But like I said, just check the trigger warnings before you go in. And then the fourth and final book of this month was Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb, everyone's favourite series on BookTube by looking at it currently. I gave this 3 stars, and I was speaking to someone that I talked to on Instagram, and they said maybe the series isn't for you if you didn't enjoy the first one. But personally, I did enjoy the first one. It just didn't give me the 4 stars that I have, I guess. So I really liked learning about Fitz. I really loved the world building and like getting to grips with the world a little bit. But I think as the series progresses, my ratings will go up as well, because you'll feel more attachment, you'll feel more comfortable within the world, all of those things that you get used to. I'm not there yet, which is why it's 3 stars. Still a good book, I would still recommend it, but obviously I want to carry on with the series first, and then I reckon if everyone's crying at certain books, I reckon by that point I will be well attached. Currently nothing has happened that makes me really sad or really happy, so that is why it's 3 stars, but I look forward to actually delving more into the world with the next book. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it. It's not on my October TBR, which I think is kind of a mistake thinking about it. I should probably read it month on month, but we shall see. Maybe I'll use my birthday money to get a copy of the next book. I don't know. But there you go. There are the 4 books that I managed to read in the month of September. If you did watch my TBR for this month, you'll know that I haven't touched The Master of Sorrows. Didn't start that at all. The Near Witch, which I have now moved to my October TBR. She Who Became the Sun, I haven't touched. In the Ravenous Dark, didn't get to, and I did start The Empire of the Vampire, or Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff, but I haven't progressed very far. I just haven't been in the mood to read it, but we are officially in spooky season now, so maybe I will get to that sooner than I think. I do have a huge TBR to read though within the month of October. It's very ambitious. If you haven't checked it out, I'll link it up here for you. Make sure you do, really supports me. And you can see what kind of, you know, hole I've dug for myself in the month of October. But that is everything for today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Short, sweet wrap up. I do love a short and sweet wrap up. If you did, please give it a like. It really supports me and my channel. Also, leave me a comment down below. What was your favourite read of the month of September? Let me know. What are you most excited for October? If you don't want to do that and you just want to leave an emoji, leave me the fire emoji for the Firekeepers Daughter, because that was my favourite book of the month. And if you want to see more of me, please consider subscribing down below and ringing that notification bell so you get notified every single time I upload new content. I currently upload on a Wednesday and on a Sunday, so be sure to stick around for more bookish content from me. But otherwise, that is everything for today's video. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye.